All right, you're gonna love this handheld. Okay, I'm putting in a volt regulator, and this is called a buckboard. It only lowers the voltage. It does not increase a low voltage situation. It only caps the voltage at the amount you set it to. Okay, and I'm plugged into my DC power supply just because it's easier for me right now. I'm putting pure DC into the motor, and I'm getting it to run, and then I'm going to tap off of that same power, just like I would if I were in the tender, to this volt regulator. Right now, I'm just going to the meter. Once I've got it adjusted, I'm going to plug it into my new smoke that I put on. And what I wanted to show you was the fact that I'm using the DC motor and the DC fields, and I have one ball bearing in front. That's it. And I've just cleaned and lubed this thing and adjusted the backlash a little bit. That's all I've done. I'm sitting at 1.75 volts and 0.6, maybe 0.7 amps. 0.6, 0.7 amps. And the motor's turning. Now, this is on the Rolling Road test stand, right? So if we stop it, it'll stop. No, it won't. Well, I can stop it, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, see, I stopped it and it stops. Okay. So it's not like a monster thing. It's just doing what it can do. But here's where we are. We're at 3 volts and I have nothing on the meter. We're at 6 volts and we got 5.4 volts on the meter. That may not be enough to make smoke. I'm not sure. We're going to try to find out, okay? Now I get up to 8 volts. I'm at 8.7 volts. I got 7.9 volts. Get out of the glare there. Okay. Now I'm getting up to 10 volts, and I got 8 volts. 13 volts, 8 volts. You see what I'm saying? So I can crank this up. 17, 18. Let's not go there. 17 volts, 8 volts. Okay. 17 volts, 8 volts. Woo, that baby's a humming. Okay, 1.2 amps. 1.2 amps, no load, no linkage, just the drive wheels. Okay, so now I've adjusted this output. I'm going to plug it into the heat and see what we get, and I'll be right back. Okay, I've restarted. I've wired it up. Red is the white goes to plus. Should be warming up, but it's not warming up very much. I'm not showing voltage because I'm not plugged in. I could try to plug it in as long as I don't short anything out, which is sometimes not the smartest thing. No, it's too messy. I'm not going to do it. Okay, too messy. Let's crank it up and see if we can get some smoke, and then see where it stops or whatnot. Or maybe this 8 volts isn't going to do it. All right, something's caca. I'm going to set it at 9 volts. I'm going to measure the volts at the heater and see what we can see. I don't know if I can do that. I'm going to have to set you down. No, I can do it. No, I can't. I usually have clips on wire, but I've cut these wires too short, so I'm just going to have to get creative. Let's see what I can do. If I get a measurement, I'll just shout it out if I can't show it to you. I don't have chopsticks. I never did chopsticks well. This is proving it. All right, I'm going to set you down. Hang on. I'll set you down. You're just going to stare at something. I'll shout out the voltage. 5.6 volts. Okay, so we got 5 volts at 8.9. That tells me that the 8 volts I'm getting is a little low. So what I'm going to do is crank it up arbitrarily. And we're starting to get smoke. I'm going to have to put you down and do some adjustments. I'm just gonna close this out. Well, no. Okay, we're back. I'm at 925 to the motor. I'm getting 7.4 out of the smoke, and we're getting some smoke. And I'm not sure if it's my smoke controller or the smoke assembly or what, but I'm putting 9.2 and I'm getting 7, and it's just, and I've got 1.8. I've cranked up the amp limiter. I'm not limiting amps. It could pull as much as it wants, and it's not getting it. And if I can go faster, so I go, let's say I'm at 11 volts now, and we're getting smoke. I mean, we are getting smoke, okay? 11 volts, we're getting smoke, and we're getting 9 to the heater. 9 was the old number I used to send it, 9. And I think it's limited at 9 now. It'll go up to 9.3 if I go up higher. But at any rate, 9, now I'm going to slow down to, say, 8 volts to the motor, 8.4, 8 volts, there I'm 8 volts to the motor, and the voltage drops to 6.3 out of here. Now, I know that means 6.3 coming out of here. That 6.3 gets reduced. We need 8 out of here. We need 8 out of here. You can't get 8 out of 8 with a buckboard. Okay? Just can't get there. And that's the dilemma with the vintage smoke and engine. So we do have another option. We have what's called a buck boost board. And this board will take amps, draw more amps, but it will create voltages. So let me pause again, put this board in, and let's see what we can do with the buck boost board versus the buck board. Okay, I've got the red board in, which is called the buck boost board. I'm at 6.7 volts, and I'm pulling 2.2 amps. We never did that before, did we? That's because we're now putting out 8 volts. 8 volts to the heater at low speed. 8 volts to the heater at low speed. That's low speed. There's 17 volts, 18 volts. Now, it may be I need to adjust some settings on my thermostat because we're pumping a lot of air, and we should be increasing the temperature to the heater. We have the base temperature, but I'm betting you the temperature at the heater right now is about 4 volts. I'll check it later after I get done with this experiment. So what I could do to verify all of that is sit here at slow speed and crank this up to, let's just try it conservative, okay? See if we can get to 8.25. 8.25. Okay, now we got more smoke now, okay? Let's see if we can maintain that smoke. 17 volts. Well, it is better, but it does get thin, doesn't it? Still getting a little thin. Well, okay, I can do 8.5. Let's see if we can do it 8.5. Oh, the meter's going to go out on me. Don't do it. The motor's going to blow up. No, it won't. Fight me. Okay, there's 8.5. I'll try to get it where you can see the smoke is coming out. My background, like white background, doesn't do you very much, does it? So the smoke is coming out. That's at 17 volts. Okay, so let's go down to 12. Let's see. 9, 10, you're carrying a load. There's some good smoke, huh? There's some black. There you see some good smoke. Okay, so the only thing I did was change this power regulator, this volt regulator. Still have the DC field plate, and I still have the same pieces here. I do have one trim pot, but I'm not convinced that is optimized yet either, so I'm going to work on that a little bit behind the scenes. But at any rate, here you can see a good smoke at 10, and this is my point for you all. There's 6 volts. If you had a light load, you could do 6 volts. I don't know what that is on the transformer. We'll try that in a minute. But that's low speed. Clearly puffing low speed. And low speed smoke, high speed smoke, and it's not smoking you out of the room at higher speeds either, so that seems to be a good thing. I'm going to leave it at this for now. I'm going to work on the lid and see what I can do with it. But this is the process I went through several years ago, frankly, where I came up with the smoke control system that we have. And this is an older board, so it may have been messed with. Hell, I don't know. But I'll find out and then get back to you. And I'll show you in the final setup, I'll show you what we end up with, and I'll tell you how we got to it, okay? So we're at 8.6 volts here. I can go up to 9. Well, I can go, actually, yes, I can go up to 9 because this is a metal housing. One-handed. It is not easy. This board does get warm. And we're pulling 2.5 amps. So you can't share the track with anybody. You're going to suck all the power out of the track. It gets there and then it comes back down. Okay. Okay, 9.08. We'll take it. There's 9 volts. We're still off on our smoke. You can see that. And this trim pot doesn't do what I would like it to do. Well, maybe it does. There's a little more smoke at low speed. Okay, so there's smoke at low speed. Look at that. 9 volts. Holy shit. I'm gonna crank that down. That's like, why waste the energy, huh? Holy moly! 6 volts, but look at the amps. 3.4 amps. Another 6/10 and we'd be shutting down the transformer. So we better pull this down. Going back to 8.5. Ooh, doggies. That's not bad. This trim pot must be doing something, huh? Oh yeah, you can see it thin out. Okay, so the full right is max low speed. Alright, so let's just go. If that's the max, that's the min. Let's go in the middle. That's the max, that's the min. Let's go in the middle. Alright, I'm in the middle of the setting. Now let's see what we do at high speed. And at high speed, you also see the amps falling a little bit. It's because we're now using voltage. We have voltage. So there's 12 volts. That's pretty good. There's 17. Oh, look at that. That's flat out, and that's still giving you a job of smoke, okay? Come back down to 6. 7. Now, 7.8. Nice smoke. Okay, you got it? I think I'm going to leave it there. I'll tune it a little more later, but this is what we do in the adjustment of the smoke, how I like to see the smoke. I like to see it kind of even, lots of smoke. But I don't mean lots. This is actually a little too much for me, but enough at high speed. And that's why the 8.5 gets us the high speed that we need. Uh-oh, I went too far. I went 21 volts. All right, there's 17. That's really good smoke. High speed. You're coming. So now it may be I need to lower this one down a little bit for the low speed, the lower speed. Cut this back a little bit. But I'm not sure what that does for amps. Oh, the amps going up. All right, so we're almost we bumped at 3 amps at one point. So you're going to be pulling heat in here, and you're going to be dissipating the heat here. It's fine. Everything's fine. They're made to do this. When I turned this on, it was at 22 volts. At 6 volts out. So yeah, it's made to do that. So we're not hurting anything here. The thing you only worry about is the box getting hot. In this case, it's metal. No worries. Mine, you worry. That's part of why I came up with this idea. But what I found out was it helps you. Now you can see it's a little on the light side, I think. Ooh, when I do that, it cranks up the amps. But then it gets more smoke at low speed. Very interesting. Okay, everything's a trade-off. You know what I mean? That's nice smoke, though, puffing around, coming around with the load, right? You get going. Yep. Oh, yeah. I think we're there. I think we're going to leave it right there. In the middle, we got the most smoke, and that's kind of where you want it. That's where you're going to run. You're going to run 9, 10, 12 volts most of the time. Okay, now I'm going to go back. That's done. Okay, that's done. I'm done with it. I'm done with the engine and the smoke. Smoke's installed. That's what we did. We just swapped it out. I got photos of what I did, and I'll try to find a way to somehow give you these links or something. I don't know. In any case, I just swapped it out. You know how it is. Right? I did check the ohms on this. It was like 70, 80, 60... I think it was 69 ohms resistance. And you can see right there the shadow of there's a blister right where the heater is. So it's probably been cooked once or twice. So this is probably, well, one, you rebuild it, right? And if you put it back the way it was, you end up with 17 ohms, which is still pretty high. And you have to run a lot of power to get it to smoke well, low speed. And then you can do this potentially and it would work, maybe not. This one is the best I have found because I've now gone to 8 ohms. It smokes at low power. Oh, lunch is ready. Got it. I'm getting the call. All right, so I'll post this. You guys can chew on it, and I'll get back to you.